It's Saturday noon, and Howie's actually working today. Hi, Joe. 6:32 p.m. No, it doesn't. Hang on a second. Kick back with on-trend coffee tables at prime time prices. Saving. Okay. What does it say? I don't see it where it says that. It says the title is Binding the Quilt Live Noon. So I don't know where you're getting that, sweetheart. Okay, let me just get my settings, my chat here. How's it going? So I did a lot of work on this last night. And oops. I'm kind of on the last, this is the last part before I do the last side. And I left this so that I could show you how, see, this isn't really binding. This is just rolling the backing. Okay? Anyway, Howie's at work today because it's the first race meeting of the year. They all go out to lunch. So he decided he'd go into work this morning and get some work done because it's not far from where he works, where the lunch is. So why wait around all day till 2 o'clock? So he just decided to go into work. Anyway, let's get things going here. Let's see. Yes, my table's a mess. Now, let me just, where am I here? Where am I? I'm right here. Okay. Now, see how, okay, hang on. See if I can get you guys just a little bit there. That's better. You see how this is kind of, puckered and stuff? Well, that's just, it is what it is. The fabric's a little loose, and I try and straighten it as I go along. But I was just talking to Arthur, and I said, I doubt very much he's going to notice. Edward's going to notice. Okay, so can you see what I'm doing here? Here's the stitch that has come out. And it's come up through the binding, and it's going back down just underneath where the stitch came out, and at the very edge of the fabric. Oh, I got an itch. Like this. But it has to catch. There we go. So I am getting this finished today so I can wash it and then roll it up and tie it up with a ribbon and put it in Bubba's Easter basket. Bubba is going to learn right off. Where is my wristband? Where's my wristband? Oh, for the love of Pete. Well, we'll have to use that one. Bubba's going to soon learn to equate quilts with Granny. Hey, I'm assuming it's noon, yes. Hey, Deborah, Joe Mama, Donna Law, Plain Jane, Michelle Jones, Sybil versus Lori, Suze B, and Deborah, Christina Gaffney. I'm not pulling up the list, guys, because can you guys see what I'm doing here? Hang on a second. Swivel you this way just a little bit. There we go. Happy Saturday. So, and I like the fact that the gray ties I used, they really didn't take away from it. Like if I had put a color that popped, it might take away from the colors in the fabrics, eh? And when this one's done, I'm going to start picking out fabrics for a quilt for my new bedroom that I'm going to decorate in pinks and whites. Because I am just a girly girl after all. Hi, Kathy. Hey, Jane. Hi, Donna. Someone the other day said, I absolutely hate shout-outs. And I still don't know what they meant by that. I can only assume they mean when I shout out names and stuff when it's live. And, well, that's just too bad. That's just too bad. It's not beautiful work. It really isn't. It's really a fast, almost sloppy job. But I think my grandson's going to like it. I think he will very much. So we'll see. So we go see where this comes out, and it is actually it's come out through this fabric, see? And we just go in like this, not through the same hole, but then up to at the very edge, so that when you pull it out and then go back down, you don't even see it, see? That is proper invisible stitching. Oh, of course he'll love it. He'll also love the chocolate bunny and the mini Easter eggs and the dinky cars he gets from Granddad. It's funny, I mean, Howie would always pick certain presents for the boys and stuff like that. But for the most part, like if it was something that he got at work, like a model car or something he got at work, he'd give to one of the boys for Christmas. But I was the one who did all the shopping, right? But when it comes to Bubba, like he'd take me and he'd go with me and I'd choose, but it wasn't like he got really excited about shopping because, well, he's a guy, right? He did all his shopping on Christmas Eve. So when we get something for Bubba, it's when we're putting something together for Bubba, Granddad's got his dirty old bear paws in there just as if he was excited himself. So he brought him some dinky toys and he brought him home some chocolate and stuff. Granny's making the quilt. Granddad bought the the basket's huge. I'm glad it's huge because now I can put the quilt in it, right? I said to Howie, we're going to be the cool grandparents. The ones that show up and make a splash. All right. Now, whatever that was. I'm just doing this along here with safety. Okay, let's go back a little bit. Oh my goodness. Come on. Oh, I know what that's for. Okay, I know what that's for. So I'm just using safety pins and straight pins. And while I'm here, before I thread the needle again, oh, it was my scissors that fell, wasn't it? It was. Oh. Okay. Hey, Kimmy! Freaky Geek! Kathy Ponder, Charles, hi! Plain Jane. If I repeat your name, it's just because I'm seeing it there. Oh, get this all off of here. All that stuff. All right, here's my corner. Okay, let's see if I can get a little wee bit closer. It's very hard to control. So I have ripped off. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to cut that right there. I ripped off the excess fabric. Oh. I have ripped off the excess fabric. Okay, we're going to have to do this a different way. Okay, I have ripped off the excess fabric and I've saved it, of course. And now I'm just going to show you what I'm doing here. This is the last edge. This would be so much neater if I put it out on the table and all that stuff. But I'm just going to roll this down one and down one again. And then this, you can leave it like that, or you can tuck it like in. Hang on, let's take this pin out of here. Turn this around so I get a better angle at it. Oh, all right. Now, it's all rolled up. I am doing this backwards. Sorry, folks. I just woke up a little while ago. Well, not a little while ago. I've been up for over an hour or so, but I mean, I've had to get stuff done and feed Gracie, and okay, here we go. So you got to tug this to make sure it's not overly loose. And then we're going to roll this edge down. Can you see? And then we're going to roll it again. Now, if you want that a nice diagonal like that, you just tuck that in like that. See? And then I move on. Rolling. Where are you, my friend? Here. Roll, roll, roll your edge. Okay. Now, I need some pins here. This is not working. Hey, Garnett! Tigger! How's Wendy today? Christina! Okay. I'm going to do it this way. Okay. Make sure it's rolled the right way. Rolled under. I'm going to roll it at an angle. And then roll it at an angle. Roll it at an angle like this. Okay, see this? Can you... Oh, let's do this a little bit. Okay. Here's the corner. And then I'm going to roll it at an angle. Right? Roll it at an angle. And then, whoops. How did I do that? Roll it at an angle. I'm going to roll this down a little bit. And then roll this at an angle like that. And we're going to put that pin in there like that. And now we can go ahead and work along here. I'll put a pin in here. Like so. This side's going to be easier because the quilt only comes to here. So now that that part's pinned, I have to roll this again. And then under. Okay. Yeah, it might have to fuss with it a little bit, but it'll do. It'll do. It'll do. It'll do. It'll do. There. So that's what I'm gonna... I might as well get this done while I'm sitting here, eh? Let's get these safety pins down here. You are as dull as a turkey turd. Oops. Okay, I'm just going to roll this and pin it, and then we'll get on with the stitching. And when all the stitching's done, I'm going to lay it out, show it to you, but then it's got to go into the wash. Because if you notice, it ends up on the floor, it ends up all over the place when I'm working on it. So make sure it's pinned through not just the binding, but the fabric as well. Stopped in before going shopping. Okay, Wendy. So how's your health, Wendy? Have you bounced back from the cancer? Hey, Brenda. Hi, Jack. Oh. Oh. There's another one right there. And then I might, even though I'm sewing the binding, I might go around and do a yarn staple along the binding. Oh, Gracie's behaving. Just before I went live, she got her chicken out and was going crazy, making noise. But she's had something to eat a little bit, and she's had a drink, and she's had her meds. And so she's we're giving her probiotics and all kinds of stuff. Okay, let's see. Right, like that. Hey, Linda. Oh, we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. Howie's at work today for a change. He missed Monday because we had a leak in the basement ceiling, and he had to tear down the drywall and fix the leak. So he had to do that on Monday. The funny thing is he'd almost be, it's just one of those things you just can't fake it. We phoned and told his boss, sorry, I got a leak in my basement ceiling, and his boss sent back pictures. He was going through the same thing, so it must be a spring thing. Eh? All right, one more. And then our binding is all pinned and ready to go. See, that's where I started it. I haven't done the corner of this yet. So this row and this little bit here. Oh yeah, I have the needle right. Are all that's left of this quilt before it goes to Bubba. Well, as long as it is healing, sweetheart, that's what matters the most. As long as you're saying your body's taking its time healing, well, at least it's healing. I don't know how anything can heal after chemotherapy and stuff, Gracie's hanging on. She just got really old and gimpy, almost overnight. And she just needs for us to remember that, she's getting old, and just like us. It was really funny the other night. You guys might want to be a little bit closer. It was really funny the other night when we were all getting up, getting ready to go to bed. Howie gets up and he puts Gracie out, and I turn out lights and water my plants and all that stuff. And Gracie's got to go out and all that stuff. And we're just, Gracie's standing on the couch, and he goes, well, why isn't she getting down? I said, she's not getting down because she's not wasting energy and movement until she knows for sure you're going to put her out for a pee. That was really funny. So we're all standing. I'm sitting on the edge of my power lift chair, and Howie's sitting on the edge of the couch, and Gracie's standing on the other end of the couch. And we're all looking at each other going, and we all pretty much said it at the same time. You know, Gracie, of course, said it with her eyes. It sucks getting old. I got to get this off my lap. It's getting too hot. So here we go. Can you guys see okay? Absolutely. You know, your body's been through warfare, Wendy. It's going to take time. Don't push the river. It will flow as it flows. Right? And it flows like, well, no, that's wrong. I got those words wrong. It goes like a river flows, and time just rolls right on. And maybe what's good gets a little bit better, and maybe what's bad gets gone. Anybody know who that was, who sang it, and what movie it's from? Okay. I'll give you one hint. Sally Field. So I've taken some chicken out for supper. We're going to have chicken and rice. No, it's not a video. Tomorrow I have to do some transplanting. Nice try, Wendy. No, it's a movie. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to punch you guys. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I was just talking to Arthur, and he was getting ready to put Bubba down for a nap. It was Norma Ray was the movie. Ah, got it, Garnet. You got it. Yes, it was Norma Ray. One of my favorite movies. Oh my goodness. And when this is done and in the wash, I'm going to start picking out fabrics. If you choose cheesy jalapeno pepper sauce, perfectly pickled on a beefy bacon burger, don't eat this at your desk. Why, Jack? Why? You've got us all hanging at the edge of our seats. Or maybe that's why. Go. I have a blanket that I made for Arizona, when we had our mobile home in Arizona. And it's got pink and chocolate cupcakes on the back. And I think that fabric's going to hold enough that I'm going to make a new top for that quilt. And then just put a proper binding on it. Saw on Wheel of Fortune UK on Game TV. Oh. Oh. So what's everybody else's plans for today? You see mine. I'm sitting here sewing. It's my day. I'm taking the day to sit and sew. And then tonight, of course, it's Sassy Saturday, patrons. And we're going to celebrate that Gracie seems to be doing, she's not great. She's never going to be what she was, but she's doing so much better than she was, for sure. Look at the piggies. Is this the one with the bean patch? Nope. I am right-handed. It may look backwards because that's my phone's in mirror mode when I film on YouTube, and I don't know how else to change it. I have no idea. I've been through my settings so many times, it's enough to make a saint swear. Oh. There we go. It's coming along, folks. It certainly is coming along. I learned how to do this from a lady at a wedding shower. She had brought along a cushion she was working on, and she had a bunch of grapes on top of the cushion, fabric grapes. And all they were was just little bits of fabric that she invisible stitched, little round pieces of fabric she invisible stitched till there was this much open, and then she stuffed them and then invisible stitched them. So it was like 3D. It was really cool. And I asked her, how do you do that? And she showed me, but she was also using like thread that was like an ultra fine clear fishing line too. So you couldn't even see that. Whoops. So yeah, it's not going to be long now, folks. Not going to be long now. The buds are going to be bursting. Everyone's like, yay, spring. No, winter's back. Yay, spring. No, winter's back. When we got there, everyone's like, oh, it's spring. Remember when I went out, listen to the birds singing and all that stuff? We got a snowstorm after that. And I kept telling, and I came out and said, who the hell took their snow tires off in this neighborhood? You never take your snow tires off before April 15th, and even then you can get a snowstorm. Okay. And this will fit his toddler bed, and it'll see him right up until he's, almost in puberty in size. And then he has his Christmas one that I made him. Arthur says he's going to have more quilts than me. And I said, well, you're not the baby anymore. Know what I mean? So there's something so meditative about, ow! These can be quite sharp at the back. And you can tell I've been sewing because this was bleeding. Oh, where are you? This was bleeding last night. Oh, roses. I love roses. I could never get them to grow. My mother could, not me. But then I've never been a flower person or a houseplant person. We didn't have houseplants when I was a kid. The only plant I remember in our house was a geranium that Mom was looking after for somebody. And geraniums in the house make me sneeze. Oh, you're quite welcome, Jack. Okay. Yep, this is my day. I may even pick from some of your guys' fabrics that you've sent me. Once I have the stars, I might pick some pinks. Well, I have thimbles. I just, I have one that is a fingernail, but I use that for when I'm quilting. This, I probably should have a thimble on. Got a rubber one somewhere, but I could never get thimbles to fit my fat fingers. Not metal ones. Ow! Oh, that's telling me, isn't it? No, I'll put a thimble on after. If I can find one. I might have one right in here. Well, I've got these ones. These are the fingertip ones, but you see how these go? It's got like a fingernail, so you can push stuff through, but it might help. Let's see. Because I use this for quilting, not for sewing. But we'll see. At least it'll protect that finger from getting stabbed again. Right? But then it gets caught in there. Yep. Anyone else just so fed up with this gray, damp weather? We've had some sunshine, but not a whole heck of a lot. Yeah, April showers, they're coming. As a matter of fact, we're not getting a whole lot of rain, and we should be. And I hope that's going to be okay for the moisture in the ground. We shall see. Yep. Anyway, you know what I'm doing today? I have to go check Gracie's food. It's slow cooking on the stove. She's been fed, but yeah, she doesn't, every once in a while I try and give her a canned food and she's like, yeah, no. Howie's like, try and give her that canned food. And it's like, Howie, we're barely getting her to eat now. Well, I found out though that one package of that food is enough. So she is eating, when she does eat, she is eating a full pound of dog food. So there we go. Hey, Jammin! Yeah, it's going to be a quiet day. I'm going to sit here and sew. And then I'm going to look for fabric to cut up. Right? So, that's it. That's all. This is what I'm working on today. I'm going to let you guys go. Whoops. Whoops. Wait, I'll show you. There's Gracie. There's my plants way back there. It wasn't a very long live stream, but it's kind of boring just sitting watching me sew, right? So, did anybody else hear anything? I looked on YouTube. I saw nothing about Simply Sarah passing away. Has anybody else heard anything about that? Anyway, I love you guys. Take care. God bless. And who knows what tomorrow will bring. Mwah. I will do a short once I'm finished with this. Okay, I'll do a short and show it to you. All right, I love you guys. Have a good day. Poke, poke.